Hey, we're live.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Comedy Cellar Nightly. I'm Robert Kelly. Tonight we have, of course, Noam, the owner of all. We have Estee, the queen of the cellar. We have Hatem, who is back with a new heart. Connecting now, we have Sherrod Smalls, aka the motherfucker. We have Mike.
Boom.
We have Ardie, and we have Steve Byrne, not Burns, like I've always said since I've known him.
Yeah,
And I still say it too behind your back. But
that
it is a
Joe
full
Coy.
house.
That's fine.
What'd you say?
That or Joe Coy, but this is fine. Yeah.
You're not that successful.
Ooh.
Kid's on fire. What are you gonna do? Right? Anyways, what's up, everybody? How we doing?
What's up, Bobby?
No,
I'm here too, Bobby.
I said you already. You didn't hear me because you were checking in. I gave you a nickname and everything.
What'd you call me?
The motherfucker.
Oh, we need t-shirts.
You like that, right? Because that can either go both ways. The waitresses and the waitstaff call you the motherfucker, and then it could be the other way too. He's the motherfucker.
I think they call him they call him the no tipping motherfucker. Not
No,
You're right.
Noam is calling in from an 80s music video.
I run so far away. I run so far away.
That would have worked better if it wasn't a retaliation. I don't know.
Hey,
what? That nonsense? What up?
Right, congratulations.
Oh, Estee looks ornery. What's the matter, Estee?
Congrats
He
on
said
what?
ornery.
You
He always looks like that.
Steve, where are you right now? Are you in California?
I'm in Pasadena. I'm in my garage. It's nice to see Sherrod broadcasting from where he just finished making some Tostitos pizza rolls.
Yeah. And they were delicious. I'll make them lightly brown.
Yeah, I'm in Pasadena, man. I'm in the garage here. Just the kids are out with the wife right now, walking around the neighborhood. So.
My dime.
My dime.
My dime.
Hatem, Hatem's got a brand new heart. Did you know that?
Oh, you got a new one, huh?
I just heard. Yeah, Hatem, I miss you, buddy. It's been so long since I've seen you.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
It's been a while. You
Look
changed.
at Hatem. He's the lion from The Wizard of Oz.
Hatem, the issue in your recovery right now, is it from the transplant or the virus?
Both. It's a combination. Because the transplant, they have to give you.
The issue in your recovery right now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Look at Noam. I'm laughing at Noam's background.
No. Well, like a 5-cent postcard.
Respect you, my brother. Go ahead.
The problem with the transplant, they give you medication to kill your immune system, which make you easy to get corona, so you can't fight corona. So one day I take this medication, one day I take the other. So it's kind
Hatem answers everybody's first question. Is it Vic Henley's heart?
Oh my God, Sherrod.
Oh,
Coming hot, baby.
too soon.
That's not.
Too soon.
It's horrible.
Whoa.
Are you speaking in a southern accent, Hatem?
Whoa. Dude.
Oh my God.
Are you an Orban fan? Do you love Orban now?
He can name all of Thin Lizzy's #1 hits all of a sudden.
Do you have the
I'm gonna
desire
find
to
out
drive a
what's going
chef?
on.
Good night, everybody.
Coming hot. Coming hot now.
I like it.
Oh, Sherrod.
Well, Ardie, you had a fucking bone to pick with Hatem. I mean, the guy just had a heart transplant. He's got COVID, and you want to fucking argue about shit. What's wrong?
I'm
with
not arguing. What I said was I contacted him. I found some old pictures and I sent them to him. I didn't hear back from him. And then yesterday I get this text message. Hey, how are you? Just checking in. I'm like, dude, did we just break up? Why would you send me a text you send to ex-girlfriend?
First of all,
You did.
first of all,
Hey,
the text was today,
me.
not yesterday.
How are you?
The text was today.
No, it was yesterday.
No, it was today.
I
Listen,
replied to. Okay,
No.
maybe it was today.
And the second thing, if you
Hatem, don't get excited. Just saying. Go ahead.
if you know somebody in the hospital, call them. Don't text them.
Thank you.
It's like your own joke. You have that joke, don't you?
No.
Somebody want to commit suicide and you text her, don't do
Oh
it.
yeah. I didn't have that joke. I I think that was Steve Byrne's joke. All right, maybe I don't know.
Nah,
Maybe it was my joke. I don't know.
it was your joke.
Yeah, they already have so
old
many.
fucking
Go
man.
ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm an old man.
After
Jesus
Ardie's joke, I
Christ.
want an ear transplant. Jesus.
Did you say a hair transplant?
Yeah.
Oh, shots
I'm gonna call
fired.
Steve Asian Hitler. Look at that haircut.
Jesus.
My kid shaved my head the other day. I let
Yeah,
him
we
shave it.
can
I'm
see.
so bored. Yeah.
We noticed.
Really, it really bothers me that Steve Byrne's holding onto that hair, man. Really, I thought
That's the
when I
one
was-
thing Bobby always gets. Last time I saw Bobby, I was wearing a hat. He goes, "Take the hat off," and I took my hat off. I saw my hair. He goes, "Ah, Jesus."
Steve,
Seen you for a
because
year.
you've got a good head. You've got a good head for shaving, though, Steve. You could tell. It's not
Yeah.
like you don't have a weird head.
Cut that shit off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, thank
shave it
you,
off.
Mike. I appreciate that. It's
Now,
not.
some
It's
people
nice
should
to-
not. Some people should not shave their heads. I think you could do it. You could pull it
Your
off.
hair starting to look like a topical map.
it really
You
does.
actually have Dave Chappelle's hairline. That's why he shaved his head bald. His hairline was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ardie, with comedy history tidbits.
Well, I was
Sherrod,
gonna-
congratulations. I saw you got mentioned in an article about the Cash Money brothers. They went to high school.
My
with-
peoples.
like,
My peoples.
they went
Grew
to
up with 'em.
they went to celebrities with Notorious B.I.G., Mike Tyson, and Sherrod Small.
Wasn't Mike Tyson, first of all. Who you calling Mike Tyson? Dougie Doug or Giuliani?
Oh, one of them. One of them. I don't know.
There
At
you
least
go.
it's not the article I thought he was going to be mentioned in, but at least
Oh.
Boo.
Hello.
Boo.
hello. Come in hot,
Boo.
Sherrod.
Hello.
You're gonna be
Coming in
a
hot.
nice
Well,
Weight
Bobby,
Watchers
Bobby,
spokesman.
Bobby, when did you get the GED from the juvie thing? Was it? Where'd your juvie?
I didn't get a GED. I actually graduated with my class and got a scholarship to an art
Scholarship.
school.
Shout
A
out.
scholarship.
So,
You graduated
I
in
got a
Boston.
schol-
You
I
Bobby got
scholarship.
a Bobby got a scholarship
dirty
for
bastard.
TV VCR repair.
it was not. It was
That's,
an
that's
art
what the name of his
scholarship.
truck was. The scholarship.
That's in his truck. Scholarship.
The scholarship. You drive scholarship.
I
Take
got a
diploma.
scholarship to a fine community college in Boston
Yeah.
for fine art. So
It's called working at
Community
Wendy's.
colleges don't give scholarships.
yes, they
Bobby,
did
how
have
do
it.
you look? How do you look so fucking?
I
good
got a
right now, Bobby?
1,500 because I'm fucking. It's just me.
Why, you're
baby.
like coming out of the screen at me.
I'm fucking amazing. You know, I got this tech shit down.
You look so good.
That's
Bobby
right,
is
man.
the best with tech. When I lived in Hell's Kitchen, a few blocks away from Bobby, it was years ago. He bought the first like camera you plug into a laptop and you can talk to somebody. So he was telling me, "Oh, you got to get one of these. You got to get one of these." I talked to Dane. I talked to Norton. I talked to Voss. You got to get one. I got one. I hooked it up. I called Bobby. I got the camera. You're the only one I know that has this. Let's talk. He goes, click, and he hung up on me.
As he should have.
Never fucking. I threw the camera out. I never used it.
As he
For
should
bucks
have.
on that thing.
That was
what you get
fucking
for-
wrong. that was,
Trying to
that
bond
was
with him.
wrong. I apologize, Steve. Well, I remember me, Steve, and Sherrod, and it's a time of my life I'll never forget. But it almost ended everything in my fucking life when we used to do Beecher's Madhouse in Vegas.
Oh.
Okay, now let me just back this up. There was only 3 guys that
Yeah.
could do this show and not bomb. Me, Steve, and Sherrod. That's it. Everybody, Burr, Norton, Todd Glass. I
Yeah.
mean, hot bombs. Now,
Yeah.
2,500 seats, Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. This is how you know we were just doing bad shit. It was a Saturday night show, 15-minute set.
Yeah.
You'd show up on Wednesday and leave Monday.
Yeah.
It's like,
It was
baby,
some
I gotta
evil
go.
shit going down, boy. Ooh.
I gotta go do a show. When is it? It's Saturday, but it's Wednesday. You're not coming back till Monday. There's a
Half
lot
of my check went
preparation.
for Vegas abortions.
I remember, and I remember we would go up and do the show. It was 2,500 seats. They had chicks dancing, a guy with a moped he'd balance. They had a 7-foot Russian gay sword swallower
Little people everywhere.
that would do a fucking routine that would standing O every time, and then they'd bring you out after to do a fucking 15-minute set.
Who's ready to listen?
Boo.
It's Steve Burns had this thing that he would do. He'd be like, "How you doing over there? Well, oh, you guys, they're better than you. And he'd get the crowd.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
a hip hop
fucking
sidekick.
It was crazy. But one time he fucked up. He goes, how you doing? How you doing? What about up there? Place is going fucking ballistic. And he got so excited, you ran out into the crowd.
Yeah,
And
that's
he forgot that
stage.
you
That's
had to
stage.
run back. So it was like, whoa! And then just quiet as he's. It was the longest fucking 30 seconds I've ever watched in my life.
Dude, I gotta tell you, every time I see Ardie, you know, because I'm in California, I love Ardie. Ardie is one of my favorite people, but it always flashes into my head. The one time I think Sherrod, Godfrey, and I were in the back, and Ardie came in. Again, every hot girl that ever came into the Cellar would come back to the bar and you see this gorgeous girl, like, oh my God, she's gorgeous. And then you just hear him go, hey, have you guys seen Ardie?
Yeah, looking for Ardie. Yeah.
So this
I used to walk up to him and be like this, looking for Ardie, huh?
Yeah. Stunning girl came in. She must have been a Ford model or something. I mean, stunning. And she came in, and Ardie came over to her. He gave her a big hug, and he threw her over his back, and he started running out. And then he stopped before the stairs, and he just held his back and went, oh! And the next day he came in with a fucking cane, and we could not stop fucking laughing at this guy. He fucking was walking, his back was all crazy. Oh!
I
remember that. My back was fucked up. I had to sleep with my legs on the chair. I had to put a chair in my bed and sleep with my legs up on the chair because my back was fucked up. I remember that. I remember
one night, me and Keith, this is the night we knew we were finished with girls. We were out front, and these two girls were at the show, and they were talking to us. They were all over us after the show. And then we looked up, we just felt a presence. And we're like talking, and we looked up, we seen Steve Byrne, Dove Davidoff, Ardie, and Godfrey, and they were just staring at us like jackals, eating to get some meat. And we were like, me and Keith were like, hey, listen, this is my number. You want to call me? We ran away. We were like, we got to get the fuck out of here. These guys are going to kill us. And they swooped in and just were like, hey, what's going on? They're like, hi, you're funny too.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh, God.
Nobody had hotter girls than Ardie, though. Nobody had hotter girls.
Still.
Ardie was befriending him. Ardie's in there fucking let him listen to the long stories and shit.
Sherrod was sneaky, though. Sherrod, there was always a hot girl, but Ardie was more like loud about shit.
Ardie's
Ardie?
Sherrod was a little smoother, and he would.
When Ardie comes in, it's Barnum and Bailey. The circus in town.
Estee, you remember the time? This is my favorite Steve Byrne. When you were up to me, we're out late night. People don't understand that the Cellar at one point at late night there was nobody around, and we would be there until 3 a.m.
Oh, that was so much
just
fun.
hanging the fuck out. And I remember Estee was there. It was really late. It wasn't 3 a.m, but it was late. And there was this girl down the end, and Estee was talking to somebody over there. I was down there, and Steve walked up to these two girls talking, and he was like, hey, what's going on? And she was like, fuck you. Fucking get away. Fuck off.
Out of the gate.
Fuck you. And he went, fucking, what? I just want to fuck you. Fuck off. I don't think you're funny. Beat it. And we were like, what?
I mean,
he did nothing to deserve it, but we were howling. So he took something and threw it in her cup.
No, I was chewing gum, and I dropped my gum in her mouth, in her drink like that.
Oh boy!
Then I dropped a $20 bill on her thing, and
Who are you, Scott Disick?
I'm paying for the. I said I'm paying for the drink. Oh my God!
But she ripped it up.
She went
from. She goes, "Fuck you! I don't want you to." And she just went back to her cup. Me and Estee were like, "What the fuck?"
She goes, "I don't want you, and I don't want your fucking money. Get away from me." And I was like,
"Oh."
Okay.
That girl turned out to be Amy Schumer. Can you believe it?
Well, I'll tell you my favorite Steve Byrne story. The fight of the two nicest guys in the Cellar, Steve Byrne and Tony Rock.
Oh God! You remember the last thing I said? Okay, yeah, I remember this night. I remember the last thing I said to him, but go ahead, tell it. You can tell it.
No, you can tell it. It's fine.
Well, Tony, I had just
I knew you did wrong too. I knew it was going to go 0 to 60.
Well,
you did what you did.
It was his first magazine ever.
Yes.
Tony was in a magazine, a new magazine, and I didn't know he was in the magazine. But
Yes, you did.
Bobby Kelly told me about this new digital camera. You gotta get it. You gotta get it. So I got this camera, and it's in my little shoulder bag. And so it was in the corner. And then I go, Tony, can you pass me my bag? And he ignores me. He's reading the article. I go, Tony, can you just pass me the bag? And he ignores me again. I go, Tony, can you just pass me the bag? He picks it up and he throws it, and it falls on the ground. I go, dude, I just got this camera and this thing, and I thought it was broke. So I go over to Tony, and I reach down to his article, and I just scrunch it up. And Tony goes, you motherfucker. And then he gets up and he keeps hitting me. He's punching me, going, Brooklyn, Brooklyn. Every time he punches me, he says, Brooklyn. I'm like,
That was me saying Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
That was him stopping himself from killing you.
And he was hitting me, and then Ben Bailey broke it up, and
Nosy
Tony's
ass
walking
cash
away.
cab.
Cash Cab broke it up. I'm on one end. Tony's on the other end. Ben's keeping us apart, and Tony starts walking outside. And I don't know why I said this, but a week before that, I was in LA visiting Tony, and we needed help. We got lunch, and he's like, hey, let's look for beds. I got to look for a new bed. And I was like, okay. And so as he's walking out, I go, I help you pick out a bed.
What the fuck is that?
I said that.
I helped you pick out a bed.
Yeah, that's what
just
came
to
out of my
mention-
mouth.
Just to
Oh my
mention
Your
God.
hands on your hips when you said it. I helped you pick out a bed.
He was wearing pearls when he said it.
I
That's when
want
you
my
knew it was
bed
time to move
back.
to LA.
and it was packed, but the only one that got involved was Ben Bailey. Everybody else was just watching.
Everybody else just
I let it
walked out.
happen. I just
Yeah.
let it happen. I know
Yeah.
when
Let
Tony
it happen.
he'll come down soon enough.
Ben
Steve, how
Bailey.
How come you buy every camera Bobby tells you to buy? That's 2 cameras in 10 minutes.
I know. I'm not doing anything Bobby says.
Mike, look how good I look right now.
You do look good. You do look good. Steve should buy that
Yeah.
camera.
You know, Ben Bailey, when they did the first round of the first season of Last Comic Standing, you know, everybody was like, fuck that. But the next season, people were like, all right, maybe I should do this. You know, all of us fucking assholes. And I remember Barry Katz was calling us, going, listen, you got to do it. Almost guaranteeing us like we're going to get in. And so you're like, all right, listen, this guy, we got an in. We know Barry. You know, we're Jay. We're going to get. Okay, so I agree to do it, but I know I'm fucking not going to get in. I just know. But Bailey, they call Bailey up and he's going to do it. And he's like, all right, I'm going to do it. And he comes down. He goes up, he goes, I'm Ben Bailey. And they go, yeah, next. I'm out front. I'm literally holding him. He's like, I'm going to go fucking back in there and I'm going to flip the fucking table. They didn't let me do a joke. And I'm like, Ben, relax. You don't want to go
Ben.
hurt people. He was going to go in and fucking trash the place.
I know we talked. Hatem brought up my little fight story. Tony, can I want to tell you guys the greatest fight story I've ever seen at the Cellar.
God.
It involves Sherrod.
Oh,
Sherrod
God.
met this great looking girl. She's white for the benefit of the story, and we
Of
ended up
course.
at some
Whoa,
midtown.
whoa. Come on, guys. We're all God's children.
So we're at some midtown bar, the three of us having a drink. We walk in, and
Was
we're
the girl hot, Steve?
She's very cute. Not like Ardie Fuqua hot, but like
Okay.
Sherrod small hot, you know.
Okay. She
So-
can take a
All
punch.
hot.
She can take a bite. So we're
Sexy
The
sexy
Sherrod
Bobby
medium.
sexy Bobby
Medium
hot.
hot.
Yes, very sexy Bobby hot. Yeah.
hot. Sexy Bobby hot. We got
So at
it.
the
Go ahead.
bar, and these two white guys are staring at Sherrod, just giving him the business. And
Fighting racism.
Sherrod, this is again a testament to how good the wings are at the Cellar, okay? Because
That's true.
we were raving about the wings. So Sherrod had his wings to go in his bag, and they're sitting at his bar with him. He's got
That's
these
a
wings.
true story. That's a true story.
He kept the wings with him the whole
Still
time.
warm. Still warm. Still
Still
smells
warm.
delicious.
So these guys are giving Sherrod shit. Sherrod's giving them shit back, and they keep talking. And Sherrod goes, "You know what? I'm fucking sick. Let's go outside. Let's go outside, motherfuckers." Sherrod
Well,
grabs.
they're
the
just giving
wings.
me shit because they were racist, though. Don't
Of
leave
course,
me.
yeah. Because you're with a white girl. So he grabs the wings, takes them outside with him, holding the wings, balls up a fist. The one guy comes up to Sherrod, but doesn't have to say anything. Sherrod just drops him. I mean, button on the chin, falls to the ground. Next guy comes over. He goes, "How the fuck did?" Boom, drops this guy. I mean, boom, boom. They both fall on each other. The one guy was completely knocked out.
Where was the
second guy
wings?
Wings
His
somehow
hand.
got
Still
hotter.
holding on to the wings. Still holding on to the wings.
That's
The
Goes
wings are
back
good.
in, goes back in the bar with the white chick, eats the wings. Eats the wings.
Love
The
it.
champ is here.
Held
They are
the
good
wings.
wings.
Eats the
The
wings.
racist,
That's how you
the
do it.
racist, The races got knocked out, but in the end, they were right.
Right about what? No.
They did have a point.
That blacks don't belong with whites. That's what you saying, no? That's the world. That's the world you went to.
You know, I got a bone to pick with you, Steve.
Me.
Yeah, you. You're the only Steve here. You know, we went to after September 11th. Colin was going to Iraq. You know, or doing the USO stuff.
Needy. Sounds needy.
Before he got banned, and he brought me and Steve, and Steve's brother was there, right?
Oh yeah.
And we did 2 weeks, I think, in Iraq. I mean, 2 or 3 shows a day. It was pretty fucking crazy. And to bring it back, I had the newest camera, this amazing little camera.
Nigga, you just doing a commercial right now?
What the hell? Is this what you're doing during quarantine?
No. So anyways, we do this show one night. It's at night. They have this beautiful stage in the middle of fucking the war zone. There's probably 1,000 soldiers at this show at night. And I go back and I get behind the stage and I get really low and I take a picture of Colin Quinn from behind with the light, and he's silhouetted with all these. So it's fucking amazing photo. Steve Byrne Steve Byrne gets the photo, blows it up, frames it, gives it to Colin. Colin thinks he took the fucking photo. It's on his wall, and I'm talking to him during this fucking Corona thing on the FaceTime, and I look behind him, and there's this beautiful. He goes, "Yeah, that's my favorite photo." Steve gave me that photo. He took that photo in Iraq. I go, he doesn't even fucking know about I took that photo. He goes, no. Steve took that.
Do you remember the time you showed up? Bobby shows up one night at the Cellar. He's got this gorgeous Banana Republic motorcycle jacket. It looks awesome. It's great. And I'm like,
Banana Republic make motorcycle jackets?
I go the next day to Banana Republic.
It's moped jackets.
Banana Republic makes scooter jackets, not motorcycle jackets.
But I got it the next day and I wore it, and Bobby just goes, "You motherfucker, you motherfucker." And a year later, I wore it again. He goes, "Oh, I remember when you got that jacket." I was like, "Yeah, but I can still fit in mine, you asshole."
That's true.
Wow.
Oh,
he did. I remember.
Bobby's was a wallet at that point. Thanks, guys.
I used to have I was at Wilson's Leather once, and the guy, Wilson's. Remember that they used to really hard sell you. They just try. So I'm sitting there. I got a
jackets were $10.
I got a snakeskin leather jacket, and I put it on.
Snakeskin, not from Wilson.
I zipped it up, and Patrice looked over. He goes, Patrice goes, "You look like a snake. You look like a snake is eating you." I was just this fat fucking dude.
I'm sure he said it better.
God. Yeah, he said it way better. Well, he didn't. He also didn't have Ardie just injecting horse shit during the whole fucking thing. I mean, I was getting heckled by fucking asshole over there. He like her. You don't have to lean in. The mic works, asshole.
Wilson's never had real leather jackets.
No, he had a garden snake jacket.
I have it in the closet. I kept it because it's my goal.
Real snakeskin from Wilson's.
It wasn't real.
The snake was still alive.
Bobby, you got a lot of that. You got a lot of goal clothes. Like I got a whole bin full of like one-day shirts that are like shit that I wish I could still wear.
I threw a lot of it out because I mean, let's face it, it's been around 8 years. I mean, I had to throw a lot of shit away, but I do have the snakeskin leather jacket, and there's one shirt I have.
Oh, that's not a lot.
I kept the jacket just because, someday
you can give it to your son.
I should have them bury me in it. Just zip it.
Just kind of, yeah.
Steve,
yo,
I want to ask, is Estee still on? I want to verify a story.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Steve.
You're in trouble already, Ardie.
I know.
Look at Noam just watching Fox News.
Noam is watching Hannity and praying. All right, so Steve Byrne sent in an email. He said, "Estee, I don't want to perform after 12 anymore." And Estee said, "Okay." And then she called.
Did I do that?
Yeah, I
Steve
remember
said,
that.
Estee, I don't want to go on after midnight anymore. Can my spots be before midnight? And Estee said, okay. And she called Steve and said, hi, on Monday, can you do 11:59? On Tuesday, 11:59. On Wednesday, can you do 11:59? Is that a true story?
Yeah, but that happened last December, by the way.
There was when you came back the last time. You
Yeah.
asked
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. You're tired.
Yeah. That's
Steve,
true.
don't try to
Yeah.
act like you don't remember saying it, nigga. You know you said it.
I remember.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have so much going on.
It was for that particular time.
But
the last
this-
time
This was in the mid 2000s. Steve told us the story because me and Godfrey were laughing at it.
What are you talking about?
In the mid 2000s.
20 years ago?
Yeah, years ago. Yes, years ago.
Not true.
Okay, so Steve lied to us.
You misremembering. He did say there was a situation, but it was a special circle. It wasn't a blanket statement that he's not going to work late.
Yeah, it was just that moment.
We thought it was hilarious.
I mean, but the thing is, listen, there was a reason why I use certain people at certain spots, whether it's the energy or it's needed for the show. It's better for the show.
Sure.
But if somebody cannot, I'll try to work it out. I'm not going to put Robert at, after midnight.
Okay.
Thank you.
Crickets.
Because you're talking to everybody
He's
on this Zoom performs after midnight.
Listen,
So I'm like, wait, I didn't go on to 2:30.
Robert Kelly's filthy.
Ardie, you
He
are
should only
hosting.
going after midnight.
Ardie, you're hosting
should
the
only
late
go on
show.
after
Ardie, you hosting the late show. You are later anyway, and when we're closing up, you are still there. So, at 11:59.
Waiting for the roofies to
Not
kick
a
in.
sin. It's not a sin. Excuse me. Validate. Hold on. It'll validate you being there that late. You can say, "Oh no, I wanted to leave long time ago, but Estee gave me a midnight spot." Right?
Oh, he has a reason. Yeah.
It's your cover for being a creep.
Exactly. There are certain people that can do it, and some people can't.
Okay.
I was working, Your Honor.
I was there because I was booked. It's my job to be there at 4 a.m.
Well, I think that now we've been having a lot of fun, laughing hysterically. Let's check in with Noam. Noam,
How's everybody taxes doing?
Noam, how many people died in the last 10 minutes?
How's Lou Dobbs doing, Noam?
What's going on, Noam? What's up with you today, buddy?
Nothing, Robert. I'm just reading. I'm doing some. I mean, there's so many funny people on. I was just doing some, little research. That's all.
On
What's
Israel?
going on with you?
I was reading some case law about the citizens arrest. The way the citizens arrest statutes have been interpreted case by case. With regard to this guy who was shot in Georgia.
Oh, with the two the father and son Ku Klux Klan team that ran down a black jogger for no reason and shot him, attacked him in these good streets of America for no reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading about. Yeah.
Yeah, they need to go to jail for a long time. Now, I don't believe in the death penalty, Noam. You know that.
They might not. They might not.
No, they probably get off.
I'm afraid
they get off.
I'm afraid they might have a good defense. Well, we'll see.
Here you go. What did you learn in junior year of law school?
Hey, Noam, can I ask you real quick? Because I know in New York, I have a gun, and I know
We
that
all got guns, Bobby.
I can't. I mean, I have a legal gun. I'm sorry.
I got several legal guns, Bobby. I got several. I got several legal guns.
I filled out a form to get the gun. I apologize.
You never shot yours in your life.
My name is registered with the gun I have. Sorry.
Your gun is marble and pink.
But my question is, like in New York, I can't just leave the house. I can't go outside of my house with my gun. If somebody,
you don't have a carrying.
If somebody comes in to the house, I can defend inside of the house. But if somebody's outside of my house, I cannot go outside because I'll be brought up on manslaughter
If
charges.
you're a bigger star, though, if you're a bigger star, you have it. Chrissy got it. Chrissy got one. If you're a big star,
I
Seinfeld
think
got it.
it depends on the license because
New Jersey.
some
Chris is
security
New
people
Jersey,
have
though.
New York. They got them for New York, baby.
Oh,
New York
different
has
laws.
very strict laws. If this thing happened in New York, it would be open and shut. I mean,
It'd be done.
it's
Right?
not-
Down south, I think it's the stand your ground law that they're using to plead their innocence, which it doesn't make
Yeah,
sense
That's-
because
that's
they
it.
were like neighborhood watching and it wasn't their property.
But it was
Right,
no
they were just
burglary.
out.
They made that up. First of all, that was that's fake news. And you're not standing your ground when you're in a pickup truck going 40 miles an hour chasing somebody.
It's
No,
not the
they
state
waited.
ground laws.
They waited for him.
It's a citizen's arrest. I mean,
Stand the ground laws is New York. That's in
I-
your house. Stand your ground. Outside, citizen arrest is down there. Correct.
But now all these pictures popping up with them at the Ku Klux Klan rallies and the father in the Confederate hat at the rally. Yeah.
Sherrod's taking this personally because the last time he saw those two guys, they were
They were behind me in the truck.
They were giving him
Punch him out with wings.
shit for being with a white girl and they wanted to eat his wings.
no, look. I
When
mean,
did the
I don't want to suck the conversation, but I'm
Let's
reading.
start it. Fuck it.
I'm reading this
Here
case in
now.
Illinois, and I'm telling you that they're gonna have. It's definitely not open and shut. Depending
Well,
on.
it's the South and it's white dudes, so we know it ain't up and a shut.
It's not about that.
Okay,
It's
open and
about
shut.
the law.
It's always about that Noam.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
I mean, I don't know if you're interested, but I mean, the reason I'm reluctant to say it is because the way things are. Like, if I tell you what I think their defense is going to be, you're going to accuse me of defending them. But
No. Tell me. I'm sure they got a good defense.
so it looks like they were the guys who called 911.
Yeah, 911 told them that. Where did you see him breaking in? Did you see him breaking into anywhere? And they was like, they didn't answer. They
No,
didn't answer.
they were in somebody's. I mean, okay. The one thing I will say of my personal feelings that I live in a neighborhood. If there was some stranger from that nobody knew who went into my neighbor's house, trespassing my neighbor's house because nobody was home or my neighbor's construction site, I would regard that as a threat to me and my family too.
It just happened to a black dude who was working for the cable company, and he got a ticket for. He works for the cable company with a cable truck outside and the
All right, hang on, Sherrod, let him fucking talk. Would you?
Shut up, Bobby. You ain't got no oppression on you. Shut your face.
Yeah, let's talk about something else.
Let him fucking say something. Let him finish.
So they called 911 because they saw somebody go into a house that was being built or renovated. I don't know, across the street.
Look into the house. They said, look.
No. They were in the, they have video of the guy in the house. Actually, he didn't take anything, but he was in the house. His own family even acknowledged that it was him in the house. So if it's the same guys who called 911 who were chasing him, then they did have immediate knowledge of the crime. And it doesn't need to be a felony; it can be a misdemeanor. And I'll just give you. So then they wait for him down the road. They tell him to stop. And let me just tell you the Illinois case. While I wasn't listening to you guys, this is exactly what I just saw. So the law in Illinois, it's not binding on Georgia, but a lot of these times one state will look to another. The law is any person may arrest another when he has reasonable grounds to believe an offense other than an ordinance or violation is being committed, like a misdemeanor. So then there's a case law on this. It says, security guard. This is about a security guard, but it says security guards here, private security guards, have no rights above ordinary citizens. And then here's the key part. It says the express power to arrest, citizens arrest, implies the power to undertake less intrusive action, such as a traffic stop or a brief detention of the driver to await pursuing officers. Meaning that, it says here, that they have the authority, a citizen's arrest can have the authority to stop and detain a driver, which means, it could mean he has the authority to stop and detain somebody walking on the street, which means that
it does mean.
Well, it's up to a judge, and then it probably does mean. And then if in Georgia, they feel that you have the right to carry a gun anywhere and everywhere, having the gun may not be a strike against them. Now, if they brandished it, if they pointed at somebody, then the law is very clear in Georgia that they would be wrong. So if they can prove that McMichael pointed the gun at this kid, then the kid then they're murderers for sure.
He shot him, so that he had to point it at him at some point.
The thing is, if this is the key point, if up until the point that Ardie grabbed the guy's gun in that fight, if up until that point the guy had not done anything illegal. McMichael had not done anything illegal up until that point. If they can't find he did anything illegal, then it does become a self-defense case of somebody shooting somebody because they grabbed their gun. That's what I think this could be. Now, we don't know.
I get that.
Anything could come out that changes that. But there is I see a clear path.
Yeah.
What about the third guy?
What?
What about the third guy? The guy that taped the whole thing.
The third guy. Well, the third guy in a way may help them because the guy was like this calling it a lynching and stuff, but the guy seemed to be recording it and handed it over because he thought it would help them. Like he thought, listen, no.
Now the same guy who recorded it and handed it over, or was it a third guy who handed it over?
No, the guy who recorded it handed over, and it was there. Like it's like as if he was recording it, it could be as if he was recording it to show. Look, we didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
I want to get this on.
They said that the video is not complete. Like he only.
I can't hear you. What?
They said that the video is not complete. They only give him a little bit of the video.
Yeah, anything could change that. But for people who are thinking, this is ridiculous, they're gonna be
hear everything that was happening when they were driving up to him. Exactly. Everything that's going to tell the whole story.
Exactly.
Like what you were saying. What was
no, because he's not in the car with them. He's not in the car with them.
No, who put I want to know, Steve and Mike, did you put that on your main Instagram feed or just your story?
Who, me?
Steve.
I put it on Steve's. Oh,
Steve's Instagram. Well, everybody was putting it on their Instagram, blah, 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 for this guy, the poor guy that got killed. But some people just put it on their stories because they had some funny jokes they wanted to put on the main.
And I do want to say again, and because this is one thing that the one take on this that I think is really not honest, is that people are pretending that if you see a stranger go into your neighbor's house or in your neighborhood going into houses trespassing, that doesn't rise to the level of a threat. And I think anybody, Robert will agree. Anybody who has kids or whatever is, if you see somebody just jogging around, goes into the house across the street illegally, you're like, holy shit.
You call the cops. Cops. I wouldn't get my. I would never.
If 911 tells me to lay back, I'm gonna lay back.
I would never leave my house.
Robert, that's not the point.
I know, but can I just say it? Can I say it?
Well, because you're changing the subject. Yeah, you can say it.
I just want to say it. I would never leave my family or my house and go with a buddy to chase somebody down.
Right.
That's not my job. My job is to protect where I'm at and make sure and wait for the police.
Bobby, you wouldn't
let me just answer him. The point is this: you wouldn't, but the state of Georgia and many states have created this whole thing, this whole structure called citizen's arrest, right? Which people are entitled to avail themselves of.
Also a great Jamie Kennedy movie, by the way.
So we think it's fucking ridiculous that they have these laws. I think it's ridiculous. They should change the laws. But you can't say to a citizen, listen, yes, I know the legislature has created this and told you can do this, but you can't do it. No, they can, as long as you do it according to the law.
I understand that you want to, because there's a guy who lets his dog shit on my lawn every fucking other day, and I want to go outside and arrest him.
But what kind of dog first?
Have you seen the shit? It's a big dog. No.
Did they pick the
shit
up?
I wanted to arrest your son when he took a shit in my house, but I can't do that either.
But on the floor?
He shut down that toilet. Oh my God.
Bobby, did you see the Instagram thing where a guy, his dog took a shit on a guy's lawn and the guy had a pit bull? The guy comes out who owns the lawn and knocks out the guy that let his dog shit on his lawn. Then he punched the pit bull in the face. Oh. And then the guy who was doing the punching had a little poodle. And the poodle came out and the pit bull tried to attack the poodle. The guy picks up his poodle and punches the pit bull in the face again and then begins to pound the guy that's already laid out on the ground. Have you seen that one? It's hilarious.
It's a terrible fucking story, but no.
No, it's a great story.
Jesus,
big dude knocked the poodle while holding the poodle like Sherrod held the wings.
I mean, this can't be real. It can't be real.
With love.
Sherrod's there eating wings.
Holding the wings.
Hey, Noam.
Yeah.
So the guy who did the shooting was not the former police officer. It was his son. I think his son looks like he has something wrong with him. He wasn't a cop.
Yeah, inbred.
Yeah, he does. He looks inbred like a motherfucker.
He looks like Bobby Boucher.
He looks like Sean Donnelly. Come on now.
The Donnelly brothers.
They look exactly like Sean.
That without the beard.
He did look like Sean Donnelly.
Sean without his beard looks like my aunt.
Noam, you
Hey,
look like
Steve-
that '80s video that like when they take on me. I think, when
There we
it's, like,
go.
all takes place in like the you know what I mean, Sherrod?
I said
When he-
80s video. I say like he's in an 80s music video. So something like, wait, what just happened?
What
Oh,
the fuck
shit.
just happened?
Jesus.
Oh, yeah,
Noam is
the-
adding
Wow.
Sean
Oh, there
Donnelly
he is,
pictures.
yeah.
on
Yo, who is that? Bert Kreischer?
That's Sean Donnelly.
That's Bert
Tom,
Kreischer.
that's Bert and Tom Segura. Most popular podcast in the fucking world right now, right?
Oh my God, good one.
Man, don't get hurt. So anyway,
What about
Noam,
Trump
just,
today?
Noam, you want those guys to get off? I get it.
What
No, he
about
doesn't.
Trump talking to that Asian reporter today? How you feel
Ask
about
China.
that? Yeah, ask China. Did you guys see that?
No.
You didn't
No, I
see
didn't
it?
see it. What did
I
you-
don't
what
watch
did
the
he say?
news. I watch cartoons and listen to music all day.
No, he
I'm sick of
walked
it.
out of the press conference today.
He asked
'Cause,
a simple. First of all, she asked him a regular question. He
is this
got
the hot one?
yeah, and she said
No,
X.
no,
He
no,
said
no.
X China, and then he
She's
went to the
Asian.
next. Then he went to the next reporter, and she stopped because the Asian reporter was still talking to the president. And then she was like, then she's trying to say her question. Then he said, "No, fuck you too." And then he went to the woman behind her. He was like, "What did I do? I was just waiting for her to stop talking." And then he walked out.
Steve's haircut is with China.
No, she's Asian. She's Asian, and he told her, "Why don't you go ask China?"
Steve got
So
a
she's
Wuhan
like-
haircut.
Steve has
got
a communist haircut.
He's got an outbreak monkey haircut.
Steve's got a wet market haircut.
Patient zero haircut.
You got the pangolin.
Steve's hair was cut by a bat.
Fucking Ardie.
You got a guano haircut.
That's
It's shitty. Is what I'm saying.
shit.
Dude, we all just look like such
Steve,
shit.
how
Steve,
is-
just shave that shit off,
no,
man.
no, no,
Come
no.
on.
Steve,
Yo.
how is it in LA? What's the people outside? Are you going out? What's happening?
I haven't really gone out at all. I mean, it's been like, I mean, it's so progressive here. This isn't like Texas or Florida where you got some yahoos or whatever. Like Huntington Beach is as Trump as it gets, and they came out when they shut down their beach, but that was really it. I mean, it's pretty much locked down. The schools locked down, restaurants.
How you doing with
everything's pick up.
school? Are you doing schooling with your kid?
No, my wife, she was a teacher, so it's just like she just gets up with them and homeschools them. So it's been nice. It's been great.
What are you doing?
I've been writing and cutting my own fucking hair, apparently. Wuhan haircut.
That shit off.
Nature's doing that.
But I miss you guys. It's really fun to get to do this. And Hatem, it's so nice to see you again, buddy.
Yes.
Same here, buddy.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black and white.
Do you have to
Oh,
like?
yeah.
do you have
Oh,
to-
hey.
bring your
Oh,
kids
yeah.
in
Yeah.
You
Yo.
might be good. When you're waiting for a
What's
heart,
Manny?
do you have to like wait like people wait for kidneys and liver? Like, is there like a long waiting list?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's longer. It's the longest one
Really?
because it's
You
And
waited for
it's-
2 years.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my
2
sister's
years.
My sister needs a kidney right now. She got one 17 years ago,
Yeah.
but I never knew this, but they only last for around 16, 17 years.
Yeah.
I
And
didn't know
you have
that
to get
either.
another one. But
Mhm.
now when the older you get, the harder it is to get one because of where you're at,
Right.
There's so much shit. And she was on the list. She was about to get one. She was at the top of the list. Then she got sick and you come right off the list.
Oh no.
There's so
Then,
much shit.
do you lose your place in line? Or do you go back up?
You go back where you're at, but you come on like but in that time, if one comes in,
came in, right?
Yeah.
you have, and she,
You
so she
never
has to
won.
do. I can. I have that in my act. We all. My mom called me the first time. She was like, "Listen, your sister's has kidney disease. She needs a kidney or she's gonna die." And I was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, I said, "Whatever she needs, I'm there for her. I got her back." And then she's like, "All right, tomorrow you have a doctor's appointment to see if you can give her a kidney." I was like, "We don't even talk. Like,
That don't matter with kidney
like
transplant.
we're more friends like than brother and sister right now."
Dude, don't matter.
Love that joke. That's a good bit.
I got a whole. I got gigs coming. Like I got some stuff.
I got a snakeskin jacket she could borrow.
Yeah, that's right.
But the
Take her to
real fact
Wilson's to get her a
is,
jacket.
she got the next door neighbor gave her kidney, Neil.
She's
And,
got
oh,
Neil's
wow.
kidney.
Wow. How
remember-
did she convince him?
Well, he was just like, I'll do it. We were like, all right, settle down, you freaking lunatic.
Yeah, where's
You
that
know.
Netflix documentary?
And well, she
Yeah,
gave him
you
the,
show that helpful motherfucker, huh, Bobby? Slow down with the way you're saving my sister, asshole.
Tell you a
Well,
story.
Showed him.
You got to go to the family first. You don't want the guy going, I'll do it. That's, you know, I mean,
Did someone say
shouldn't be-
kidney? I got two.
yeah,
You
shouldn't
fucking
be
live next
eager
to Ned Flanders.
Right. Well, he wound up giving her the kidney, the guy next door, and
The hero next door, you mean? That's the name of the
well,
book?
she didn't like him. She was like, I'm not taking his kidney. My mother was like, you have to, you
That's
know.
hilarious.
But
Serious?
he's actually, yeah, but it's a weird thing, you know. You're gonna have, they weren't really friends or whatever, and all of a sudden she wanted
Yeah.
a kidney from. We have a big
Stranger.
Irish Catholic family, so we were hoping that somebody could give her a kidney in the family.
The Kelly family is very superstitious. This guy's a Capricorn. She's not a Capricorn.
You paid for it, didn't
They
you?
don't get science. They don't understand it.
I think
He's
you paid
actually
for
a
it.
really sweet guy. He gave her the kidney, but now, you know, he can't do it again, you know. So,
Where's Neil now? Showing up every Christmas, going.
well, he did show up at a lot of functions that year.
Because
You know what I mean?
Neil doesn't hang out with his normal family like his brother named Kevin.
There's 9 other siblings.
Really-
Hatem, I got a question for Hatem.
Did you see the posting that Kevin put on Instagram?
What is it?
Kevin who?
Kevin Brennan.
Brennan.
What
Okay.
was it?
He said he called his mother to wish her happy Mother's Day, and she said she has to hang up to get Neil.
Oh,
Call to get Neil.
She know where her bread is buttered.
I'll tell you a story. After the surgery, you're very disoriented. You don't know anything and whatever.
Right.
So the nurse came to me and she's like, she saw me like sad and stuff. She's like, do you want your iPod to play with a little bit? I was like, no, I'm good. She's like, do you want your Bible? I was like, my Bible? She's like, yeah, you read the Bible every day. I was like, I do. I'm Muslim, you know? So apparently I was reading something every day. And she was like, oh, here we go. And then for a good 2 minutes, I couldn't really remember what it was for a couple of minutes.
Ah.
I was like, oh,
Was the
shit.
Bible?
It wasn't the Bible, but she gave me the Bible. But I
Oh.
was reading something else, yeah, before.
What was it?
It was Quran. I'm Muslim.
Okay. All right.
But she told me the Bible, but I thought I was Christian.
What'd you do with the Bible? Did you put it on the table leg to fix the lean on it?
No, I read it. I was like, whatever. She's like,
Son of a bitch. Did you contact the family that you got the heart from? Do you know those people? Or how did that work?
It's Neil.
not yet. They contact first. So it's
Okay.
up to them because you let them grieve. When
Yes.
they're ready, they contact you. I'm really want to know because I want to know if it's Jewish or not. But I think it's Jewish. I think a Jewish heart. Because I start thinking stock market.
Ahí de Shema Mechazati.
I heard this somewhere.
I don't know why I feel it in my heart.
Me too. I feel it too.
He's pro settlements all of a sudden. I don't know. What came up.
but Tim wants 10% of everybody's.
Oh,
cut. Yeah, it's weird.
Did they contact you yet or no?
No, not yet. It's probably gonna take some time because it's
Yeah.
fresh, you know.
Yeah,
just
it's a brand
happened.
new. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long ago was it?
March 21st.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
Now,
And then-
Hatem, are they coming up with are they going to be able to, like, they're working on an artificial kidney right now. I know
Yeah.
that. Don't they have, like, I know they have heart valves that they make,
Yeah.
and
They use
are they,
also pig.
I have an artificial heart for 2 years. The bag that I
Yeah.
was walking with.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Slater
was
have
your
one?
heart.
That
Yeah.
yeah.
He thought it was a laptop.
I thought it was a new camera. I was going to ask you what it was.
What a tech
Did
junkie.
he get one?
I was going to tell Steve to get the new Hatem camera that he's got.
I
The
never
Hatem
show.
heart?
I never show up late at the cellar because I know Ardie's VC is gonna grab it and run outside.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen, I got Hatem's
Yes, sir.
hot, son.
Yes, sir.
Look,
Got
he
your
goes,
heart,
this is
son.
hot. He's got
I
his
got your
hot. I got his
son.
hot.
I got your heart, son.
He bring it up on stage. He tried to do improv. Yo, it's hot.
Look at me walking around with my heart.
Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day.
Can I try this? Leave as a kiss.
Valentine's
Steve,
Day.
Steve, did you know Ardie put a gym in his backyard outside?
What? No.
Yes, there's 3 jump ropes, a Korean
Big
boy.
table.
I do have 3 jump ropes. They're fucking big like cables. They're heavy as shit.
Yeah, that'll hold him down.
I got a heavy bag. And I'm hitting that now. That's fun. That's a good way
Yeah,
to get
that's
out the
good. It
frustration.
lets out stress.
Yeah.
That's no
I
way to
got a
describe your life.
heavy bag too.
Hello.
We get the joke.
Whatever. I did it right after you.
I like how Bobby looked like he's at Carson Daly's fucking basement.
I know. My God, he looks good.
Fucking
this
NBC
camera-
show
Wait a minute,
cameras.
I got a great story. I got a great Steve Byrne story. All right. So, okay, here's the deal. I get Carson Daly. Back in the day, Carson Daly came on. He was kind of hip MTV. But when you do the show, there's no warm up. It's a music. The kids that come there, they're there for whatever fucking alt weird band Carson got, right? And he does no warm up. He goes out, hey, how you doing? Does this fucking long form interview with an actor, right? And then shows the band, and then you come out at the end, nothing. So I'm like, fuck it. I go out, I do my thing, I'm bombing.
Right.
I am fucking bombing. So I'm used to having a mic. When you grab the mic and you have the cord and you kind of, stretch it out and, pull it.
Yeah.
I have no mic. I have a wireless mic, and I'm fucking sitting there and I'm doing this. I'm just every once in a while I'm just doing this. My hands
like it's dice.
I don't know what happened. I was so nervous because I'm bombing.
You playing the
doing this.
tambo?
So I go back. Matt Frosty is back, my agent, right? He's
Right.
like, what the fuck was this? Right? So anyways, I'm like, fuck me. Go to the Cellar that night. I have a spot. It's coming on. Estee's, everybody's there. They're like, put it on. I'm like, oh, fuck me. They put it on TV. Steve's sitting right next to me, and it's on closed caption. You can't hear it. There's no sound. I'm like, fucking thank you, God. First joke out, I knew bombed. First joke, the closed caption guy wrote light laughter.
That's the name of the album.
Steve went, you bombed.
I remember pointing at the screen. I'm like, look, it says light laughter. I going by. I'm like, look, everybody.
Oh my god!
Even the guy, closed caption guy, was like, this guy stinks. But I remember, I think it was 6 months later, I was in a hotel in the middle of fucking nowhere, just hating my life. And Steve Byrne comes on, Carson Daly. I put the closed caption on. I shut the volume down, and the fucking light laughter. He hated him too. He bombed.
Thing, man. Fucking awful.
I went back on again, thinking I was gonna beat it. Bombed again. I bombed the second time. My agent said, "Just don't do this." Literally in the middle of the thing, I just start doing this again. I start.
What are you, Ralph Cramden?
I don't know. That show. That
Jackie
show
Gleason.
sucked.
He's the Bob Dole.
That's right. With that.
Uh,
He had a fake pen in it.
I think we do have to make mention of the fact that we lost some great people. Jerry Stiller, Little Richard, Betty Wright, Andre
Things
Harrell.
in memoriam.
Jesus
I mean, well,
Christ.
we should mention that. What do you
What are
think?
the Oscars?
What you
Why?
just
There's
said, dum-dum.
7 people watching. Why are we?
Already opened a morgue, nigga. He just got a funeral home and trying to get some new.
Yeah, he's
I
got a
got
gym.
him a
there's
funeral
a gym
home.
in the back. There's 3 jump ropes in the back. Of the
He's got a gym. He's got a funeral home. In his
If you need a number
basement.
of a florist, I got a guy. I got a photographer.
I'm trying to launder drug money.
He's at the
Oh
peak of
my
blackness. He got his own funeral home.
Just turned into The Wire all of a sudden.
I'm trying to launder drug money.
I love Ardie. Ardie tried to have a moment.
Yeah. Oh, let's just dim the lights for who we lost this year. Shut up, stupid. Shut your ass up. Who the fuck are you, the sheriff?
Everybody shut your lamp off.
Hey guys, hey, we're having a
Please
good
join
time.
me in ass.
Ardie stinks. You fucking sentimental asshole.
Oh.
It's topical news. Monday. It just happened this weekend.
Ah,
Yeah.
shit.
Dance a solo, Gregory Hines, and tribute, you fucking asshole.
It's a solo.
Tapa's out of Gregory.
Oh my god. That was hilarious.
Oh shit.
Robin Wright, Bobby Kelly, Carson Daly, 2004, in memoriam.
Rest in peace, Steve's haircut.
You mean his hairline?
I remember you guys used to call me Lego head hair.
We still do.
Was the one. Yeah.
Still do.
It's like, ooh,
Lego.
I better shave. Jesus.
When they'd be like, what kind of haircut you want? He'd be like, give me the Lego movie.
There's
Lego movie 3.
hey, give me the Asian Forrest Gump. Give me the Asian.
Ah, shit me. Hey, Steve, let me ask you a question. You lived in New York. You live in LA.
Yes.
Do the comics bust balls out there like we do in New York?
Nothing like New York. Nothing.
No.
No, there's no love. It's more of, and now it's like super clicky at the store and stuff. Like the Cellar is always so much more fun because everybody just kind of chills and there's no precedent to it. But like the store, it's very, very clicky. It's just different. It's
I
not
hang
as
with the
real.
golf kids. All the golf. We wear like the black makeup.
I thought you said the golf kids.
No, the
No,
TH,
goth.
not F.
Stuck
Yeah.
in goth.
It's
Golf-
different.
golf
I mean,
kid.
you've done it though, Bobby, out here. But like the store now is having this resurgence, and
Right.
there have been the comparisons. And I always tell them, I'm like, there's no comparison. There's no comparison to the table
Yeah.
at the Cellar. It's not the same.
Do you like it? Do you like it better? Do you like not like? Do you like not being like going in and nobody looking at your hairline and laughing, or you know what I
Not
mean?
you constantly. Yeah. No, I miss the camaraderie. I miss like
Right.
the hang. It's like anytime a team like Brett Favre retires, he's like, I miss hanging with the group. I miss that. Like,
But ain't it nice to know that you can go in a club and not come out running seconds later crying because Patrice said something?
Doesn't it feel good to go to a club, do your spot, and have people go, "Hey, man, that was a funny joke."
High fives and
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Not bring up every monumental failure in your life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember when I used to go on stage, sometimes Jim Norton and Patrice and Keith would come downstairs and watch my set with their
Oh, dude, I think it was the first week I passed as a regular at the Cellar. It was still dawning on me, like the impact and gravity of the Cellar. And I went up, I think at like 11:45 on a Tuesday night. I'm on stage. This is like my third night at the Cellar, okay?
Yeah.
And as I'm on stage, 3 minutes in, Patrice, Voss, Keith, Norton, and
I
I
might have
believe
been hosting that
Waldo
show.
walked in, sat in the front row. Patrice looks at everybody and he goes like this, and then they all cross their arms and stare at me.
Yeah.
I start fucking bombing.
Oh, so much fun.
Hard.
I was there.
I'm bombing so hard. It's one of the worst. I'm sweating, and then I'm just powering through. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even look at them.
I remember those
Start
nights.
doing my Bruce Lee bit. I'm thinking, all right, I'll win everybody. Patrice looks at everybody, goes like this. They all get up during my closing bit and walk out. They walk out on me, crippled. I was crippled.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Oh, my
Ah,
It's possible we have that on video. It's possible.
Oh, I'm sure you
please.
do. I'm sure you do.
oh, please, no,
Wow.
for the love
You
of
should
God,
die. I'll pay somebody to find it.
please
Can you find
get me
the,
that.
the tape when Donald Trump Jr. got smashed in the head?
Uh,
Some good. I was on stage that night,
You were? No,
Yeah.
actually, Modi was on the stage, and then you.
but he
went.
jumped off and I went on. Remember, because he
yeah.
left the stage empty, and you never do that to Comedy Cellar.
No, because
I remember.
you saw the fight break out, and you heard Modi go, "Ah!" and then he ran off.
Viral arm.
Then his wings spread and he flapped out of there
No,
like a,
but actually, Sherrod helped a lot because he like was yelling at everybody to sit down. It was helpful.
thank you, Hatem.
Hatem. Hatem.
Yeah.
That microphone's not working. Go ahead.
Microphone what?
That works. Yeah.
Yeah, your microphone is funny, Bobby Brown.
I was.
It's
I
your
have,
prerogative to pick another mic, dummy.
I have a funny Patrice story. I was outside with him one time, and two cops came running, and they're like talking to Patrice. We told you not to come here. We've been chasing you for 10 minutes. And he's like, first of all, if you're chasing me, you would have caught me. It's not me. And then that was the first time that I saw comics around him. Because usually they would say, yeah, he's not a comedian. Because he's like, I'm a comedian. Ask them. And he looked, it was Jim Norton and Keith. And he's like, this is the moment. And they're like, yeah, he's a comic.
Yeah, they could have said, no, never saw this man before in my life. Hatem, you need a mic transplant.
Transplant from a mic.
No, we gotta get Hatem a nice mic.
I'll get it. I just got out.
All right. All right. Well, listen, guys, it's about that time. This is a great Steve. Good seeing you, Hatem.
I love you guys.
That's awesome that Steve did it. Thank you,
Good to
Steve.
see you, Steve.
Yeah,
Love
thanks,
you guys.
Steve.
Love you guys so much. Honestly, love you.
Be
Miss
safe
you guys
out there.
Thank you. Mike.
Artie,
My
Mike,
dime.
Estee, we love you. Hatem, I'm so glad you look good. Please,
Yeah, Hatem, love you, buddy.
keep
Thank
it
you.
up, buddy, and get a new mic so we can hear you next time.
Enjoy the Northern Lights.
And give Jesus a chance, okay?
Cart.
Sherrod, it's good
Yes.
seeing you too, brother. I haven't seen
Always,
you a little
brother.
bit.
Check out my
And
new
Noam.
show, Small Ball, Apple Music, and
Yeah,
Spotify.
does anybody have anything they want to? Go ahead, say that again.
Small Ball. It's a sports comedy show podcast that I had Tom Green on last week, and yeah, it's a good show. It's on Apple Music and Spotify. Small.
Are you
Michael, what do you
Do it
got?
with Embassy Row.
Are you still doing Race Wars?
Yeah, Race Wars. Every week Wednesdays. Yeah,
Mike,
Race Wars
what do you
still
got?
going.
You can check out Amigos
Kurt on last
podcast and Still Chasing on iTunes and Spotify.
And
Nice.
Steve, what do you got?
I have a new podcast I have with 3 other white comics called Citizens Arrest. And Sherrod, I'd love to have you on it sometime.
Of course, yes. Come on, pick me up in your F-150.
Recorded
Yeah,
in
of
Georgia.
course. Awful.
Hatem, are you doing
I
your
have
show?
and I have a doctor appointment tomorrow. So
Good luck,
Oh,
buddy.
good, buddy.
Wear your
We love
mask.
you, buddy.
What's
Good
that?
luck.
I was joking because I don't have any.
I know. Is it an Indian doctor? What kind of doctor you got? You know it's Jewish. You know Jewish.
Yeah.
And I got a patreon.com/Robert Kelly. I do a show every night except Sunday because that's the Sabbath. Estee, we love you. No,
Happy Mother's Day. Happy belated Mother's Day.
Yeah.
being here
Oh,
and having.
That's happy.
No,
yeah.
thank you for
Happy
adding
belated Mother's Day,
levity.
Estee.
Fuqua.
And
Love you all, man. You
happy
guys are
Mother's
awesome.
Day. And Ardie, what do you have? Tell us about that gym.
Oh, it's gonna rain tonight, so I can't go work out. So I'll
It's a
probably go
Haitian
food
gym.
shopping. No, in Manhattan, there are some shops like Fairway. They're open really late, so I'll probably go buy some water and some fruit.
Ardie's going to go find some 2 white girls and pick them up and just do some squats.
It hurt his lower lumbar region.
All right, we're here every night at 8:30 the same time at
Yeah.
Comedy Cellar Las Vegas on YouTube. This has been Comedy Cellar Nightly. Thanks for showing up. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Take care.
Thank you. Good night.
Love you guys.
Peace. Love you
Good night.
guys.
Good night. Love you all.